Going on, Drew? Morphus, moving fast. Daniel Barnett, guns out, no doubt. Little Stormcast. Woo! All right, interesting. As soon as I pressed go live, the thunder started, so that's cool. Hopefully, I'm not going to be struck by lightning live on camera. Jason Weems, good to see you. Richard Wiseman, Mark Kearney. Stomping 77, Mississippi River. What's in my bowl tonight is a Carolina Red Flake, Cornell and Deal. It's Red Virginia in a ND pipe from Croatia. Daniel Mustrand made this for me. It's a custom made, kind of a mini church warden kind of thing. This is a Bakelite stem right here. It's not acrylic, it's Bakelite. So it's kind of cool. Yep, Alex Sugar, good to see you. Super, super light pipe. And it is a clencher. When I say clencher, I mean like I can just like this. Unlike, what was that other one that I had? Remember the Author pipe, the 320 that I had? Savinelli Author. That's a big honking pipe, and it's heavy. It's heavy for the jaw. So if you're going to have like a big pipe, it needs to be a hanger. Does that mean, you know what I'm saying? A hanger like this right here. Like that's a heavy pipe. Look at that. Look at these two. Watch. Right? Like you're not going to clench this. You just want it. You'll just hang it. It looks cool, but I mean, there's weight to it. But this dog right here, nice and light. It's nice. Big Ben. Peepo with Borkham Riff Bourbon Whiskey. Good. Drew, that's awesome, man. Germany. My lord. It must be 1:30 in the morning for you. Max Josephson. I called it hey, T. Michael Boyle, good to see you. Tampa, Florida. I called it a Stormcast because I was saying to somebody, yeah, we're going to get a storm in about an hour. I'm dead serious. Within about 7 minutes, I had to close the umbrella on the back deck, latch 2 gates because they were already like banging in the wind, and like patio furniture had to get kind of folded up, and because it feels like Wizard of Oz right now. There's like leaves blowing all over the place, and I never get air coming in through this. Never. There is a rush of air coming from the back of the shed going out the front door of the shed. So we're just doing a Stormcast. I'm just rapping with you. That's all. Got my new glasses on. I got these last week. These are my father's glasses that I got re-lensed from a company called Lensable, and you just send your prescription and your measurements and all that kind of stuff like that. So my dad got new glasses, and I like these glasses, and I'm like, why'd you get new glasses, man? I like them. I guess with the VA, he gets new glasses every year, every 2 years, whatever it is. I don't know. So I said, don't throw them out. I mean, what do you do with your old glasses? Especially if you get new prescriptions. I've been getting a new prescription about every 2 years. My eyes have just needed more correction. Someone told me by the time you're in your mid-50s that your eyeglass prescription should kind of slow down. Like you'll be at the vision that you'll be at for the rest of your life. Well, since my mid-50s into, I'm going to be 61. I probably have had 3 prescriptions since I was 55. And I had my lens replaced. I'm not even talking in the glasses. I'm talking like I had cataracts out And I had new lens. That's what they do. They take your cataracts out, they suck them out with suction, and then they put a synthetic lens in your eyes. You ever had eye surgery? Eye surgery is one of the funkiest things that it doesn't hurt, but it's weird because you're watching it happen. It's just, I can't even begin to tell you how weird eye surgery is because they numb the living daylights out of your eye. And then you see these machines and things coming close to your eye, like that. And then like stretching your like eyelids open and then pushing down so your eye almost pops out. It's weird. But they also give you a drug. It's the, I call it the colonoscopy drug, where they just make you la 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 la. They make you very comfortable. And it's one of those things where you're not quite out, what do they call it? Twilight sedation. And I had them done, was it a month apart? About a year ago. The first one was done about a year ago. Then a month later, the second eye was done. Chris, 747, thank you for the super chat. Much appreciated. Storms are amazing. He says there is something purifying about them. Yeah, that's why when I sense a storm is coming, I come outside. For those of you that don't know, I am outside. I'm in a shed that I call the Van Gogh room. I come out here and I smoke because I don't smoke a pipe in the house or a cigar in the house. I remember about 5 years ago, I smoked a cigar in the house and it took 2 weeks for the smell to get out. It was just too much. So on the back deck is cool. Am I hearing rain? I heard something. So I come out here, and I come out here year round. I enjoy coming out here. I actually enjoy it. It's man cave-ish. I have shelves of tobacco and pipes and oil lanterns and Van Gogh prints on the wall, stuff like that. It's almost like a rustic cabin on one half. The other half is like saws, weed whackers, and like that kind of stuff. So that's what's happening here tonight. Missouri Phantom. Bill, I kind of move, right? Script changes every year, same script since you're 41, now 44. Okay, all right. Afghanistan is in the house. Excellent. Excellent. Good to see you, Afghanistan. Excellent. Isaiah Swanson. No topic. It's a Stormcast, which means I knew a storm was coming, so I'd come out here. One of the reasons why I love being out here smoking a pipe when it rains is I love the sound of and it's going to be wicked. So I'm going to be on camera with you live as this is coming down. And so you're going to be hearing it. The wind is kicking up. It's Wizard of Oz. What is my go-to? I don't really have a go-to cigar, Sean. I didn't watch Black Summer. I saw the previews for it. I did see the previews for it. It looks good. Those are the running fast zombies, right? They're the zombies that run fast. I like cigars. I have a cigar maybe once or twice a month. That's about it. Western Ram, do I wear a cologne? There's only one cologne that I wear, and that was a gift. The rest of the time, I don't wear cologne. The one cologne, it was given to me by Clearview, and she gave me a bottle of Armani, and it's magnificent. It's absolutely magnificent, but I don't spray it on my skin. What I do is I spray it in the air, like right in front of me, like, and then I walk through that cloud. So just like the mist goes, on my clothes and a little bit like on the beard and whatever. But do I have a favorite beard oil? Yeah, the one that I use every day. I always put the links for it in my videos on YouTube. is it's called God of War. It's by the same company that makes the pheromone soap, and I like the smell of it. I like the consistency. It's purposeful, and it's not too greasy. You know what I mean? And I just put an amount about the size of a dime in the palm of my hand, and then just rub it through the beard. What's my favorite drink? Well, there is no favorite alcoholic drink in. This is no alcohol August for me, so nothing in August as far as alcohol is concerned. So for me, I've gone caffeine free, pretty much caffeine free. In July, August so far, I'll have coffee again in September, and the drinks that I've been trying are alternatives to coffee, not coffee alternatives, because nothing is going to take the place of coffee. Let's get real. Yeah. Oh, Drew, you like that as well? That's awesome. Belgium is in the house. I am thinking of doing an exercise program. I am probably, I'm going to call it like a joint sparing exercise program for guys that are over 40. Now, I was doing heavy lifting right up until I was about close to 50 years old. That was a little too much. It was a little too much. And if I could turn the clock back, I probably would go easier on my shoulders. Because what happened, wait, am I hearing rain? I think I'm hearing a little bit of. You're going to hear it. As soon as it comes down, you're going to hear it. I know how these summer storms work. It's going to be crazy. I was doing heavy dumbbell presses. And I was doing some behind the neck military presses. And I don't like anything that puts pressure on my spine anymore. So I'll probably graduate to squats on 2 boxes with a belt around my waist and a couple plates hanging off of that. But I'm not going to do squats with a bar across the back of my neck anymore. I don't want to compress my spine. As you get older, you don't want to compress your spine very much. You just don't want to do that. I remember stepping on the scale at the doctor's office, and they said I was about a half inch shorter than I was. I was 5'11 and a half, and I measured 5'11. I'm like, hey, wait a minute. There's got to be something wrong with the scale. And it's just, they said that's natural. As you get older, your spine compresses, and you get kind of a curvature in your neck and your back. So, yeah. Alex Ryan, 9 Meals from Anarchy. Yeah, it's interesting. I had there's a lot of great comments in that too. If you go back to that video, Alex Ryan, you'll see a lot of real long-term experienced preppers. I'm just like your average prepper. I mean, there was one guy that said you need 2 years of food. I have like 30 to 60 days of food. That's it. So kettlebells, maybe I'll try kettlebells. I don't know. Right now it's body weight exercises and bands, because I'm still in the middle of my summer shred. Still in the middle of the summer shred. Trying to get down to 175. That's my goal, is to be at 175. Do I drink mud water? Actually, the mud water, it's so funny. After I take a sip, I just kind of do this a little bit with it. And what I found out was that's the cacao that sinks to the bottom. So every sip, shake your mug up a little bit and then drink, shake, drink, that kind of. So that's what I do there. Have I tried drugs of any kind? When I was younger, yes. Marijuana, sure. And then when I got older, I tried it again for more relaxation. When I was younger, a little bit recreational. Older, more for relaxation. And I am going to do a video on what happens when you stop smoking pot. very distinct things that happen to your body when you stop using it. Yeah. Positive things. Positive things. Herbalife. I'm not a Herbalife fan. I know a lot of people that sell it and use it, but I'm not a fan of it. Yeah. Still on coffee, but 10 days weed free. Yeah, I mean, experiment. I happen to view weed as medicine. I To me, it's medicine. There are some people that really need it. It's a painkiller. I have a friend who's a doctor who sees people post surgery. He works in pain management function, and he has used cannabis to get people off of opioids, painkillers. Yeah. So, and there's not a hangover, and there's not that same kind of addictive element. Let's see what other questions if I want. Mark says, I'm a whiskey kind of guy. Yes, I love whiskey. I don't like beer anymore. I had beer, what was it, last year or the year before, at my brother Vince's house. Man, it tasted good, but the after effects were horrible. I just felt like crap after. I used to go out twice a week and drink. Twice a week. And I haven't drank beer on a regular basis in probably about 3 years. Christopher Pierce said, peace and love. Right back to you, bro. Absolutely. That's what we're about here, man. That's what we are about. Until we're not. Yeah, John Hoover from Austin, Texas says coming off long-term opiate use is a bear. First 30 days are rough. I agree. Yeah, Drew, you're right. You know, it's interesting. I when I drink whiskey or bourbon or scotch, I drink out of a shot glass, fill it up about halfway, and I sip it. And I explained this in one of my emails. If you're not subscribed to my emails, please do so at georgebruno.com. I send out emails on a very regular basis that are just not your everyday emails. And even though I'm going alcohol free in August, it's not for health reasons. It's just that I don't like drinking in hot. I don't like drinking alcohol in hot weather. Don't like it. Don't like it. And when I drink whiskey or bourbon or scotch or maybe some rum, I sip it and I really swish it around, you know, and I get the flavor. And I like the flavor. So I made a move from drinking for effect, you know, like have a few drinks and relax, have a cocktail and relax, or a couple cocktails and relax. I went from drinking for relaxation, for effect, to drinking for taste. And I enjoy it. Any music recommendations for a stormy night? Well, I can tell you right now, anything R&B from the 70s is going to be good. Anything. Brothers Johnson, just James Brown, early 70s. What else? Temptations, OJs, that kind of stuff. I love that stuff. You like the Books and Beards with Greg Boswell? Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people like that. It's not my most popular video because not everyone's interested in reading. So we were just kind of geeking out on books and reading. And for those that like books and reading, it was an appropriate broadcast. Etta James, I listen to Etta James nearly every day. Nearly every day. Seriously. I've never tried Oak and Bond coffee. Colby says, I'm 8 days sober right now. Good for you. It's awesome. Colby, do you feel better? You feel better? Are you feeling better? Literally being alcohol free. And I'm assuming you are talking about alcohol. Well, that wind whipped through. Raul Duke says, I'm part of the now messed up by one beer club, but I can do liquor and wine. Yeah, isn't that weird how that works? Like, I used to go out and drink 2 pints or two 22-ounce glasses of Yingling lager, and I loved it. You know, with 20 chicken wings, you know, you're in a bar, and there's like a rock band playing, and you're just laughing and talking, and shooting the breeze at people. But I mean, picture yourself drinking like 44 ounces of water in one sitting. Like I couldn't drink that much water in one sitting, you know? So I sat there thinking, why am I drinking this much beer? And I used to drink a lot more, not alcoholic portions, but and not stumbling drunk proportions. But I drank to the point where I was peeing all night. And that's another thing too. As you get older, you pee more. And you know, when you have like half a oh, can you hear that thunder? When you have half a shot glass of whiskey and sip it, swish it around in your mouth, and have a cigar or pipe, it just has a. It's nice. They fit. They pair nice. Yeah. Everybody's a Johnny Cash fan, I think. Once you discover Johnny Cash, there's no going back. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. The JD Honey, that was okay. That was all right. Yeah. Do I use Beard Balm on occasion? I do. I use the the same company that makes the pheromone soap has a thing called a cologne stick. It's like a looks like a giant chapstick, and it has the scent of those soaps, the different soaps in it, and has the pheromones in it. But the thing is, it's made with beeswax. So I scrape it off, heat up, you know, put it in my hands, melt it, put it through the beard, and kind of shape the beard. Now this beard is there's nothing in the beard. This morning I get out of the shower, brushed it, and that's it. This is the perfect length for me right now. I love this length of beard. I'm probably I'm probably going to grow the beard until I get married, if I get married. So, and then I'll end up trimming it back to this length, which is my favorite. But I think until then, yeah, I might just let it grow. I'll trim this, so I'm not eating or drinking my mustache. Ah, you're listening to Hurt. Yeah, that's an interesting song, isn't it? Originally done by Nine Inch Nails. Yeah. Lana, you're watching the Cyber Symposium. Yeah, I was watching some of that, some of the key points of that. Yeah. Karolina Protsenko, violin. Pete says, yeah, I am happy to have her on and talk with her about her art. I want to get Fernando Rosa on, your bass player. I just become a massive fan of his in the past month. John Hoover from Austin, Texas says, rubbing a fresh Benjamin on my clothes works well in Dallas and a touch of crude oil out in West Texas. Women love the smell of a Benjamin. Come on, you know they do. Oh, she's 11 years old? Well, I'm not going to have an 11-year-old on unless I have her parents on with her. Grown men don't talk to 11-year-old girls. But yes, if her parents agree, they will be on with her. Mm-hmm. I did see Muscle Shoals movie. Phenomenal film. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. The part about Leonard Skinner was great. Etta James, that was fantastic. Loved it. Just a great, such a great independent film. It was fantastic. I really like Johnny Cash's Live in San Quentin. That was quite the recording. Trying to answer your questions as they come in. I hope I'm not missing anybody. This is my chance to kind of get personal with you here. A great family interview. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah. Mr. Red. Oh, the mink oil show. Oh, mink oil is great. You get like if you get one container of mink oil, I mean it'll last you 5 years, 10 years, and just do all of your leather with it every year or two. It's fantastic. Yeah. Personal Jesus by Depeche Mode. It's interesting. Duke Draper says there's a beard balm called Old Money. Notes of charred oak, black pepper, and amber. Smells nice. Yeah, that sounds great. Actually, you know what? I've been meaning to get Eric Van Holtz on here. God, I reached out to him. I said, Eric, because I've known Eric for about 4 years now, and so you guys that are into like beard stuff, you saw me on the Beard Brand YouTube channel. I don't know. I was on there what maybe 6 or 7 times on how to shape a beard, how to cut a goatee, how to shave, blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff. So I want to get Eric on here. I used to love his vlog. He has the Beard Brand channel, and then there's I forget they made a new channel. I forget the name of it. Somebody remind me of what it is. Um, and then he had a vlog, just the Eric Van Holtz vlog, with him walking with his phone out talking, and it was really interesting. Very interesting. Mark Kearney, thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. Even when you stop in for 5 minutes, I'm very grateful. Mr. Finn, good to see you. Good to have you here. I was actually thinking about you the other day. I was thinking, God, I haven't seen you around in a while. So hope you're doing well. Did you see my interview with, well, it wasn't really an interview. I just kind of moderated a panel discussion with Terrence Popp, Roosh, and Dr. Michael Robillard. Yeah, Drew, you did mention that the isolated tracks. You did mention that. Was it about a week ago? And I went to that. I went to a couple of those videos. I didn't realize. I did not realize how much he tears that up. He just. I just had no idea. I had no idea. I actually had to hear the isolated track to appreciate it. I mean, everybody likes the Who, right? I mean, most rock and roll lovers like the Who. But until you hear the isolated tracks, like for instance with uh, Led Zeppelin, everyone's a huge Jimmy Page fan. Okay, all right, I like him. He's okay. He's good. He is good. But when it comes to Zeppelin, John Bonham to me. So I'll listen to literally isolated drum tracks. It sounds weird, right? More of the rhythm tracks from Zeppelin. They're fantastic. Digital currency, dude. Yes, I remember your story. Are you a holder or what? Deep Purple, great stuff. I have their first album. Literally, I have their first vinyl. I probably should do a video of all my vinyl. I have about 2 or 3 shelves of vinyl. Mr. Finn's moving back to the States. What state are you going to go to? Michael Finn, what state are you going to go to? And yes, I like Bob Seger. Big Bob Seger fan. Of course, I'm a child of the 60s and 70s. So Bob Seger is a big part of that. Yeah. He was a big part of radio play back then. And that raspy voice was just incredible. It was like a controlled, refined Joe Cocker, right? California, then to South Dakota. Excellent. It's awesome. Digital currency dude, would you be willing to come live on the air with me and talk about that? British Columbia, Canada is in the house. Honest to God, I thought it would be raining by now. Seriously, I came out because I really thought it was just going to be ripping by now. There were leaves and branches and everything blowing around. It was Wizard of Oz windy. And it's not coming down yet, but it's going to. Digital currency dude, sometime in the next month, we'll figure out a time. Robin Trower, excellent. I remember there was a Rob in the 70s. I didn't have the album, but a friend of mine had I believe it was like a collaboration between Sammy Hagar and Robin Trower. If anybody can remember the name of that album, tell me. One of my favorite, yeah, the Moby Dick solo is out of this world. Brandon Sexton, good to see you. Digital currency dude, I'll just call you DCD. And then teach us. Bridge of Sighs was a good album by Trower. When I had friends that were Robin Trower fans, I had friends that were Sammy Hagar, absolute Sammy Hagar nuts. And like when you got a group of friends and everyone likes, everyone's got like their favorite. I was into Rick Derringer, and I used to watch Rick Derringer. He would come to Albany, and they had these rock and roll clubs. You just don't see rock and roll clubs. You just don't see them. You just don't see the rock and roll clubs. And it was basically just like a storefront. Everything was painted black on the inside. There was no seats. No seats. It was maybe a 20-inch high plywood stage, a bar of lights, 2 stacks of speakers, and then the band would come on. $7.99. What is my ancestry? Italian? Guess. First Montrose album with Hagar is awesome. I agree. My family is Italian and Eastern European. Katie Garcia, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Yes, I'm doing very well. I hope you're doing well as well. Staying healthy. Kevin says the MS is still improving on carnivore. I believe that. I believe that. Leo Huizar is here. How's it going? Daniel Barnett, loving the Patreon. Excellent. Excellent. I want to make it excellent. I want to make it a different place. It's a different club than YouTube. It has a different feel for me, not just because of, the paywall. I mean, it's amazing what a $5 paywall does, not just for the content creator, but also for the audience. It's an audience that wants to learn and not just be entertained. And I'm just kind of using it as kind of like almost like an educational tool. So it's just going to continue just to be a great platform for me. Andrew Monroe. Okay. Lana says rock and roll hoochie coo. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Brittany is with us. How are you, Brittany? Good to see you. Hope everything's going well with you and your guy up there. I enjoyed having you on. Was it a couple weeks ago? That was wonderful. Thank you very much for that. SB says, you're the first person I viewed today after waking up in ICU from a triple heart bypass. It's great to be alive. It's so funny. I had friends who had open heart surgery and the incision kind of surgery. I mean, I remember people in my family having the zipper, where they just open up your whole chest. They just open you right up. And from what I understand, they don't do that anymore. I guess in some cases they do. But I remember visiting a friend of mine. He just got out of recovery, but he was operated on that morning. And it was a trip. I'm like, what? Like, how are you even awake? But it was amazing. It's the same thing like when I was growing up, like when a lot of the athletes got knee surgery, they all had that big C-shaped scar on the side of their knee. Huge, huge. And now it's all done with 3 incisions? Like that, whatever that knee surgery is that all the basketball players used to get. Like 3 incisions, 3 half-inch incisions. And it's not inpatient. They're out the same day. They're in recovery, and then then they're out. How bad is 3 Red Bulls a day? I don't know. Ah, you have the zipper. Excellent. Dana, Canadian urban gardener. Good to see you, my dear. Drew says 3 is too many Red Bulls. It's weird. What is the flavor of Red Bull? What is that flavor? I kind of like the flavor of it. I know it's not great for you, but what is the flavor of Red Bull? Is it like Dr. Pepper or something? Like that kind of cherry cola-ish something? Yeah. Paul the Piper is here. Good to see you, sir. Mr. Finn had shoulder surgery with 2 incisions. Yeah. What's the difference on the tiers in Patreon? The $10 tier is 1 question a month that I personally answer. You email me. Doesn't matter what it is. If it's therapeutic in nature, goal-oriented in nature, that kind of thing. So I spend more personal time with people, which I can't do at, the lower level. Otherwise, I don't have the time for it. Carbonated mineral water with a hint of orange. That's good. That's good. 3 incisions, not 2. Tastes like bubble gum, you think? Yeah, Red Bull. I mean, I think most of these things are not good for you in excess. I remember the first time I saw somebody at a bar, and I was a Give me a double shot and a pint of Yingling kind of guy sitting at a bar. And like a young guy would come up, sit on the bar stool next, and he'd order a Red Bull and vodka. I'm like, what? A Red Bull and vodka? It didn't sound real good to me. Brittany hates Red Bull. Yeah, you know what the best energy drink is? Honestly, water. Speaking of water, Jaeger bombs. Yeah. I'm sweating like a pig out here. Oh yeah. There's that thunder. Did you hear that? Oh, and it's shaking the shed. I'm psyched. Yeah, I'll be psyched until this thing gets lifted up in the air and gets tossed around in the backyard, right? Everclear and Gatorade. Well, you're dehydrating and hydrating yourself at the same time. Brittany, yes, I am not. I'm not drinking coffee in July and August. I'll start up again in September. It's hot in Ontario. It's hot everywhere right now. It's hot everywhere. I was talking to Clearview today, and in Eastern Europe, you know, they're sweating their heads off in Eastern Europe right now. Brandon, thunder only happens when it's raining. Got that right. Slurpee and Gin, Slurpee and Jim. Imagine taking a Slurpee to the gym. Everyone else is like drinking water, and you have like a 7-Eleven Slurpee. 93 in Central Texas. Katie, are you close to Austin, Texas? I'm not familiar where all the cities are in Texas. 95 in Bucharest. Yeah, it's hot. Northwest Piper, good to see you. Yeah, it's I was I used to smoke a pipe in the house or a cigar, and it would take me 2 weeks to get the smell out. And that's when I started coming out here. And I got this window open behind me, and I got the door open in front of me. Yeah. Why did I hide my subscriber count? I heard that if you hide your subscriber count and then turn it back on, it recalibrates it. I'm at 100 today. I'm not growing at all. It's 166, 831. I know that number because I did a YouTube poll. YouTube polls their content creators every so often. And I was at 166,831. So I'll turn it back on in a week or so and see if it literally goes up. Maybe the counter is stuck. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not growing. I don't know. Alex says, how do I deal with my insecurities about masculinities when you never grew up right? Did any traditional masculine things, hunting, auto repair, home repair? Well, anything can be learned. Anything can be learned. Humble Soldier says, try making some shorts. Yeah, I've done a few, but that's part of my game plan, and also some reaction videos, and also some not critiques. Critiques are too negative, but playing a video in a window in the upper corner and stopping it and then commenting on it seems like a popular format. Northwest Piper, you've learned a lot from this channel. Well, what's interesting about this channel is it started out literally as a men's channel for beards. That's what it turned into. And then there were times when I was talking about beards and like, firing up a pipe. And then it just morphed into some of the stuff that I do when I work with men. which I kept private for a really long time. Anyone who knows me personally, one-to-one, knows that that's what I do. And I didn't talk about that a lot. Oh, there's the first flash of lightning. Did you see that? Reaction videos of what? Lana asks. Of anything. Anything. Like a hip hop or a rap song or something. Or somebody who, let me tell you what, this thunder is rocking this shed. I can literally feel it shaking. Holy cow. That's the first time this summer that I've actually felt the thunder, not just heard it, feel it. You found me through pipe videos. Yeah. People, pipe videos can be the gateway drug to my work. Beard videos can be the gateway drug. Some of my early man stuff was red pill-ish, but I didn't take a deep dive into it because I felt that the red pill community was kind of going negative, and I didn't want to go there because I like people too much. I don't want this to be a mocking channel. I don't want to mock people on this channel. Some people say, "Oh, that's being a man." Not really. I don't think so. Too much of that crap going on. You found me through Elliot Hulse. Yeah, Elliot's a good guy. Oh, relationship advice videos. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm surprised that women even watch me at all. Hey, Peg Bell. You had one blow through from 84 to 69 degrees. That reminds me. Okay. So it was about 95. It's now about 82. Yeah. Cooled off. I am sweating. This shirt's soaking wet. I'm going to have to take an ice cold shower before I go to bed just to cool off a little bit. Evolution favors traditional masculine traits. That's basically a survival thing. Patton, what's going on? Good to have you here. Did a video with Richard Grannon. Yep. He and I collaborated on a couple different things. I think I was even one of his courses. I did a segment in one of his courses. Drinking cocktails and eating oysters. Oh, that sounds good. Sounds. Patton, is it raw oysters or fried oysters? I like both, actually. Whenever anyone talks about oysters, I start thinking, man, now I got to go get oysters. Raw oysters, yeah. If you put anything on them, like cocktail sauce or vinegar or anything, lemon juice. Lime. Leo, sign up. He's not my type, so I don't want him, but he's awesome. Frank, not afraid to hurt your feelings, put you on the right path. Yeah, I think there's a way to deliver truth. The truth, I think, has to make you squirm a little bit. Some people say the truth hurts. I don't want to hurt anybody. I'd rather make you squirm a little bit. What does Rich Cooper say? He talks about, I'd rather tell you uncomfortable truths than comforting lies. I think that's how he puts it, and I totally agree with him on that. Cut my friend's hair and trimmed his beard tonight. Oh, excellent, Peg. That's awesome. Brittany is making smoked candy salmon right now. That's cool. Missouri Phantom, you saw my lantern video on how to trim a wick. Yeah. Yeah, I have a lantern here. It's nothing fancy. It's my second oil lantern, and I use it when the power goes out, and I really like it. Holy cow! That thunder, it's like a rolling pound. I felt that thunder in my chest. It's like it feels like someone just like pounding my chest a little bit. I don't know if you can hear it, but it is just, which means that the rain's going to come down like mad any minute now. Do I think astrology is superstition? I do. But it's funny. It's not raining yet. And I only came out here because I like being out here. The only thing that would make this better is if this had a tin roof on it. Does anyone have a tin roof, like on a shed or an outbuilding? Like the metal roof. I love metal roofs. Hey, Drew, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate that. Definitely. Rain on the barn. Yeah. I love being. What is it, Eddie Rabbit? Did Eddie Rabbit sing that song? I love a rainy night. He had a few good songs. Step by Step, Driving My Life Away. I love a rainy night. Yeah, great stuff, right? And that was from like the late '70s, early '80s. Jared asks, why do you think people protest, loot, and raise Cain for government outrage, but on the other hand, so trust the jab? I don't know. What do you think? I don't know. John Hoover, given my relationship with the Almighty, I can't risk a tin roof. That's funny. I, what's weird? Let's see if I can turn this light down a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, that's too bright. I like camping in the rain. Sounds what some people say, oh, it ruined my camping trip. I kind of like it in the rain because it's quieter. I noticed that if you go to like a campgrounds, like a regular, campgrounds that have like campground like numbered campsites, um, it quiets down. You don't hear radios, you don't hear kids out playing and this kind of stuff. And that's like, ooh, there was some lightning. Uh, I don't remember the song "Rainy Night in Georgia." Benton. AR, yes, I do eat. I eat organ meats. I love liver and I love beef heart, calf's liver, beef liver. Jared says, I enjoyed your videos with Steve and Dean. I have to say, I really don't enjoy the way. Well, you know what? Let me tell you about Steve. Steve's a good guy. Steve would do anything for me, and I would do anything for him. I'll just leave it at that. Yep. And I think the uh, a lot of times the persona that people give on the channel, is for a purpose, and I think it serves them well. Post-apocalyptic video game. Jack, I wouldn't know. I don't play any video games at all. Wild camping to camping at an established site. Yeah, I enjoy that. I like hiking back like maybe a mile or two. As I get older, I keep thinking like if I went out like backpacking, hiked back more than a mile, a couple miles, I think like if something happened to me, because I really, really love if it ain't raining, you ain't training. Yeah, I am a sick one with that. I love the adverse weather. I really do. I really do. And I've been watching a lot of camping in the rain videos. There's so many videos on YouTube of camping during a storm, and they're kind of fun. Yeah, I was waiting for a Steve Wallace video to show up tonight, but I'll probably catch it when I go back in the house. Yep. Britt asks me, have I been vaccinated? Yes, I take my vaccination every day in the form of zinc, vitamin C, and vitamin D. Yeah. Isaiah Swanson says, I remember you talking about that in your How to Be Alone and Enjoy It video. Yeah, that's one of my favorite videos that I've ever done. Another New York governor being brought down by vitamin P. Isn't that amazing? Well, you kind of knew it. He's kind of a player, right? He's kind of a player. But what I'm not going to do is say, oh, that only happens to like governors or Democrats or whatever. But, the reality is, I think every man, I don't want to say struggles with vitamin P, but I think every man has had his ups and downs with vitamin P. I really do. There's a moth going around. Mothman prophecies. Yeah, I'm safe. Britt, I'm safe. My immunity is pretty darn strong. My herd immunity is strong like bull. So, and I work 3 days a week in a place where there's a lot of viral activity going on, and I'm very safe. Camping in the rain, snowstorms. Interesting what they do and the equipment they have. Yeah, Peg, right? It's interesting. It's interesting, and they're not like superstars. They're just like regular dudes or gals just camping. It's cool. How would I advise recovering simp and introvert on how to develop a social life? Take acting lessons. I said this before. Take acting lessons. Yeah. How do you master the mind while not becoming a recluse and hermit? Um, I have nothing. I have nothing against being a recluse and a hermit. I really don't. Honestly, I don't want to be like, the girl from the Addams Family who says, "Ooh, people." But that's always a funny meme. But I get it. I totally get it. There's times where I just like being alone. Vitamin P has brought every man to his knees. Every man. Doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter. And then they brag about it, right? I think I've maybe told a half dozen people about some of my experiences. And I even regret telling people about that. But It's to me, it's like bragging, like how many banks that you robbed, you know? Max Josephson, like I said, I take a vaccine every day. It's called vitamin D, vitamin C, and zinc. Rub some dirt on it. Drink from the hose. It's true. I just got a text from Lindy Sellers. You guys know Lindy Sellers? She just sent me a text. And it's funny. She and I were talking about that. I'm not going to tell you what she just texted me, but we were talking about that. So Lindy, if you're watching, the answer to your question is yes. I have it here. Now, the answer is yes. What is my diet like? Probably high protein, uh, low carbs, occasional piece of fruit, some vegetables. I replaced things like a baked potato with sweet potato. I like broccoli. So Jared says we are seeing mass inflation across most sectors. Will the idea of vitamin P stop being overinflated? Never, never. Jared, I was about 26 years old and I asked a pastor this question once. And I said, when does it end? And he said, when you die. When you die. And fasting. I did a 30 hour. I actually just broke a fast. I broke a 30-hour fast. Working my way up again. Going to do a 48 next, and then a 72, and then a 5 day. What is something that's falling down from? There's a ridge vent in the shed here. Hold on a second. I don't know if that's blowing down. I can't tell what's happening. Temperature drop. It's dropping now. It's now 80 degrees. So the temperature dropped 15 degrees. When I came out here, it was 95 degrees. Now it's 80 degrees. And I got a fan blowing on me, so it's good. Yeah. Katie Garcia. How is my daughter doing? She's doing good. She called me today and texted me. She's doing well. My daughter has a great sense of humor. She is so funny. Oh my God. She is just, my daughter makes me laugh. She is, I could be very neutral and I get a text from her and she'll send me a meme or something. Just makes me laugh. And I'm thinking, where did she get that from? Then I go, oh, me. I'll never forget. I don't know. She might have been about 10. She's 25 now. And she dropped an F bomb when she was 10. I said, where did you learn that word? And she says, you. I'm like, oops. Who taught you that? You did? Steve Irwin, let's poke it with a stick. You're right. I could text my daughter and she'll text me back within 5 minutes. I could text my sons and I don't hear back for a month. I, go figure that out. I have no idea. Oh, the light just turned green. That's a weird effect, right? Now it just turned pink. Oh, that's too bright. I have this ring light this company sent me, and I have to learn how to use it properly. I don't know all the controls yet, but it goes from bright white to like an amber to a red to a green to a blue kind of thing. When you turn, there's two dials on it. That's green. That makes me look like a zombie. That's pink. That's too bright. Looks like I won't be riding my bike tomorrow morning. Katie Garcia, have a great evening. Thanks for dropping by. Appreciate that. The glasses that I'm wearing, these are my father's glasses. He got a new pair of glasses. And, like, what do you do with your old glasses? Do you chuck them? You just stick them in a drawer somewhere? Like, I have a basket with like 6 pairs of glasses in it, like my old prescriptions. And I really like these. And he got these new like wire rim ones. And so, what are you going to do with those glasses now? I don't know, just like stick them in the drawer or something. I said, can I have them? And my mom gave them to me. So I took the glasses and I sent them to a company called Lensable. And they make they put your prescription, they put your eyeglass prescription in any pair of frames. So this is almost like immortalizing my father in a weird kind of way. They're ombre, which means they're dark on top and they fade to almost clear on the bottom. Yeah. You donate the old glasses to the VA. Yeah. And I recommend a good beard product kit that includes a good comb, shampoo. Yeah, I did a video on that. Um, I forget the name of the company, but if you just go to my, you're at my channel, but I did a beard kit video. Massage brush. I use massage brush every day on my beard. Every day. Actually, I use massage brush. It's a shampoo brush. I use it on my skin underneath the beard. If you don't exfoliate the skin underneath the beard, you'll end up with like dandruff. They call it beard druff, like dry skin. And if you're wearing a black shirt, it'll look like someone just like sprinkled grated cheese on you because of the dry skin. And if you shave every day, you're removing dead skin cells. But when you have a beard, what happens to those dead skin cells? They just hang out in the beard. So you just like touch the beard and like it just like snows. Doesn't matter. And I'm an oily guy. I'm a greasy guy. And my skin is very oily, but I still will get dry skin underneath the beard. So that's why I use the massage brush. I'm sorry, the shampoo brush in the shower while the water is running on my face, and I scrub the skin underneath the beard. Yeah. Hey, Peg Bell, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you hanging out with us for a few minutes. Yeah. You going to a cigar lounge on Friday and you wanted to know a favorite cigar? Try Nub Cigars, Nub, Nub. They just have a nice clean, they smoke very cleanly. The smell is just glorious. It really is. Well, what a buzzkill. I came out here for rain and it didn't rain. It sounded like it, but nothing happened. Nothing happened. It'll probably start raining when I go in the house, most likely. Most likely. Anyways, it's great to spend time with you. Thanks for dropping in, even if it was for only a few minutes. I appreciate it. I just want to chat with you personally. Have no agenda. Sometimes I just like doing that. So everybody have a great night. Stay safe. And if you're not a member of my Patreon, jump over there. It's what Patreon.com/George Bruno. And the content's a little bit different. So everybody have a great night. And I'll probably see you again in a day or two here. I don't announce when I come on. This is very organic here when I come on. So have a great night.